yeah, it's something you just talked about, and I'll just get the Soulfly questions out of the way. But like you said, you really were responsible for bringing that heaviness to Soulfly when they were still a new metal band. And I think a lot of fans, I mean, a lot of fans do know that and understand that, but I also think there's a bunch of fans out there who maybe might have thought that was just Max maybe simply returning to his old form, like on the earlier Sepultura records. They might not have been aware of how really influential and responsible you were in changing the Soulfly sound at that time. I mean, so do you view Revenge Beast? Obviously, not only as just an outlet to play the kind of metal that you enjoy doing, that you're really well at doing, but also as a way to show maybe some other people that weren't aware that you were essentially sort of the catalyst when it came to the creation of that new improved sound of the band back in around 2004 when you joined right before the Prophecy record.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, I mean, I know people. There's the people that like the older, more new metal stuff, and that's cool. If that's what people are into. But I definitely did bring that thrash vibe. I mean, when I first got the gig in '03, I
Mhm.
wasn't a fan of like the first two Soulfly records. I was always more into old school Sepultura, Beneath the Remains, and Arise, and KSED. So I was always about getting it back to that sound, coming up with riffs, adding to the sound, and try to do things. My favorite part of Sepultura was always Andreas's guitar playing. I mean,
Mhm.
in my opinion, he was like in the top five best thrash metal guitar players from back in the day. It was like Alex Skolnick. It was Andreas. It was who else? Rocky George from Suicidal
Mhm.
Tendencies. These are all my favorite players. So when I had the opportunity to do Soulfly, it was like, man, I want to bring it back to that sound, and I definitely did. I mean, I definitely pushed for it in the studio. Another person that was a big part of that sound too was our old drummer Joe Nunez. When we first got into the rehearsal rooms and started working on music, he was another dude that was a huge fan of old death metal and thrash metal. So we would come up with all these riffs, these ideas. We definitely were the unsung heroes. But like you said, the fans definitely recognize it. You would come to the shows and you would see what's up and see it live. So
Sure. That. Yeah, I never remember reading it, an interview a while back that Max had done where he essentially stated what a lot of us already have known about you, that he praised you as being really a true guitar hero and that you were pretty much a hidden gem. And he kind of liked it that way because he essentially was concerned that if people really knew how good of a player you were, that he would pretty much probably lose you to a more high profile and established band. I mean, did you ever at any time, maybe during your tenure with SoulFly, think that maybe there were decisions being made so that people wouldn't really discover how essential you were to the band and how skilled you were overall as a guitar player at all?
oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I definitely got. I had some pretty big opportunities that came my way.
Mm.
Um, that I had the rug pulled out from underneath me. And
Oh
so many
wow.
from certain people that didn't want me to go off to do other things.
Mhm.
But it's all good, man. Listen, man, I'm a humble dude. I live a very very cool, exciting life, man. And I got an awesome guitar collection here, and
Mhm.
I also am a collector of fine coffees. So between my coffees and my guitar, I'm pretty excited all day long.
Nice. Hell yeah.